welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Carla and I'm the artist behind Ari DeBren Art. And today you guys are going to see me try watercolors for not really the first time. I did a painting before this one that came out really good. I don't normally use watercolor. I usually use oil paint. And I've been wanting to try watercolor for a couple of years now. I have had these Ohuhu watercolor brush pens for probably the same amount of time, a few years, and I've just been procrastinating on trying them out because watercolor just seems super hard to me when I've watched other people do it. And so I've been holding it off for a really long time. I'm one of those people, I hate sucking at things. And, when you try something new, you're always going to suck when you first try it. So yeah, I've just kind of been avoiding that whole this looks awful type of situation. So I did a painting before this one of just a single stem. Apparently it's a sage because I took a picture of it on a walk in my neighborhood. And I did a Google and search for it afterwards. I didn't know what kind of flower it was, and it's some sort of sage flower. But yeah, that came out really good. I was happy about it, and I posted it in a couple of artist groups that I'm in on Facebook, just trying to get feedback from other artists who have used watercolor in the past, trying to get some additional tips before I went into my second painting. But no one gave me any everyone gave me good feedback saying that it's beautiful, it looks great and everything. No one had any negative critiques for me. So I came into this painting fairly confident that I could paint it. So the reference photo I'm using for this painting, I also took myself. It was, I did a vending event at a farm nearby in my area, and behind my tent, was an open meadow filled with these really pretty yellow dandelions. So I took a picture because I was just I want to try to paint this. And so yeah, that's what I'm working on here. Currently just doing the far away portion of the field that you really can't see a whole lot of detail. But anyway, yeah, so I felt fairly confident going into this. But I'm not happy with how it turned out, and you guys let me know how you feel about it. I may try it again in the future. I'm one of those people that I just have to just jump into a project and kind of figure it out. With my oil paints, I plan those pretty thoroughly, but for some reason when I'm trying a new medium, because I don't really know how to use that particular medium, I usually just jump right into things and just kind of figure it out as I go. And then once I know what works well and what doesn't work well, hopefully in the future I'll become more skilled in using watercolor, and I'll probably do more planning then, because I would know the rules and how to work with it and things like that, so it's easier for me to plan stuff out. But right now I'm kind of just diving right in and trying things out and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and just really experimenting, to be honest with you. So this watercolor brush pen set comes with I think it's called a water brush. You fill the brush with water in the little clear tube part that I have that gets filled with water, and you squeeze it and the water comes out through the brush, and you use that to wet your paint. And for some reason at this point, when I'm putting in this brown color, for some reason I was having a lot of trouble with the water brush pen. It was not coming out. I was squeezing it and it was not coming out. And so you see me here trying to move this paint around, and this is a really big space that I'm trying to cover right here. You see me trying to move the paint around, and it was just not working out for me. At some point I ended up taking the whole pen apart, dumping out the water, putting in some new water, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. It eventually started flowing correctly, so I don't know if I just wasn't squeezing it long enough and allowing the water to really get down to where the brush part is. I have no idea. But again, this is like my second time officially using this this product, so I'm still learning. So yeah, like I said, I painted another painting before this particular one. I didn't record it because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, and now I wish I would have, because I like my previous painting better than this one. But it's whatever. You know, everything can't always be a full-on masterpiece, I guess. But yeah. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you think this was a complete failure? If you are a watercolor artist and you've used the watercolor brush pens before, let me know in the comments, like, what could I have done better to make this a more successful art piece. So here I am adding some taller grasses. And then I start adding in the flowers, and I think this is where it started going left. Like, this looks like a total kindergartner drew this. But yeah, after I drew in a lot of the grass blades, like, in retrospect, I'm thinking maybe I added way too much detail. I mean, it's watercolor, so maybe I should have gone with the more like suggestive look. But after I added in like all the grasses and I tried to add in the dandelions over top of it, I noticed it wasn't showing up as vibrantly as I wanted it to. So I was trying different ways to kind of get a little bit more detail with it. Eventually you'll see me like adding some water to the dandelion flower and then lifting it up with a paper towel or tissue, because I tried that and I noticed, oh, it lifts up some of the paint, but for some reason it makes the yellow stand out more. I guess maybe because it's lifting up some of the paint from the background as well. But yeah, I started doing that because with the darkness of the green, it wasn't allowing the yellow to give that punch that I wanted it. And here I am going in with like a darker color brush pen, trying to add like the detail between the petals, and that just was a total hot mess. I don't know. I think I was panicking at this point and realizing that it's not looking as good as I hoped it would, and I was trying anything at this point. But kept going over the yellow because I just felt like they weren't looking like dandelions, and I was trying everything that I could think of to make it look more like a dandelion and just not some random yellow flower or a daisy, because I feel like every time someone draws a yellow flower, it always looks like a daisy. I really wanted it to look like a dandelion, and well, first of all, I'm not the most skilled when it comes to painting flowers anyway, so yeah, that's my first struggle to begin with. I probably should have like drew a few beforehand, but like I said, I'm one of those people that just kind of dive right in, and then I'm shocked and surprised that things don't turn out the way I expect them to. But I mean, it was a fun experience, and I plan on doing another one. Maybe in the future I will do this particular photo all over again. But I do have another reference photo that I took of some more flowers that I want to paint in watercolor. And the reference photo that I'm gonna do next is it's more of a closer up view, I guess. So it might be easier for me to really see the detail in the reference to start with. Even though this one, I feel like this one had enough detail in it. I just didn't know what I was doing. So we're gonna give it another go in the future, and hopefully my next one will come out as good as my first one, because I'm really proud of the first one. This one, not so much. So here is the finished piece. It's not horrible, but it's not good either. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give me any tips or tricks that you may have for watercolor, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.